Hi, I'm Aaron. I taught the Sunday final period general intermediate poi class. This is just a fun little recap of all the stuff we covered. We basically went through a few different concepts and looked at the moves that fit within them. The thing we started with was stalls, looking at, with both hands, the 4 cardinal directions of stalls and the 8 points you can hit within those 4 directions. So there's coming in and out with down, in and out with up, across with your downs, and side stalls coming up. And we looked at doing that with both hands. We also looked at playing with stall patterns, using those that were making the same motion. For example, coming out of a butterfly and stalling up, and then coming from a reverse butterfly and stalling down, or from a butterfly stalling upside, from reverse butterflies down across, or butterflies out that way, that whole kind of pattern. We also looked at stalling from moves that you may not necessarily think of. From windmills, we looked at doing giants very briefly, which is just coming extension behind the head with both arms, extension behind the head on your native side, and stopping halfway through that to do your Jedi stalls in both directions, as well as just popping without that to change directions. We also looked at doing box stalls, where you're coming up and down in here to form that box shape, and coming into that in and out of Jedi stalls, as well as side boxes, which all involve mirroring effects, and then playing with stalls outside of mirrors in split time. So from a split time butterfly, coming up, up, down, down, up, down, side, side, that whole kind of thing. From out of that, we looked at a couple of funky weaves. We very briefly touched on the 5-beat and pulling back to your own native side with that wrist, making that full wrap around to really exaggerate that pull. And we also looked at playing with 1.5 beats and bringing your hand to hand together to make what I thought was the lazy weave, but I was educated on is not actually a lazy weave. We also looked at going crazy. What do we do? Oh, that's right. We did hand wraps very briefly. We looked at coming into it from that same split time, same direction on your wall plane, and bringing your wrists together, and looking at it starting at kind of a 45-degree angle to help with gravity, and bringing it down. And then we also looked at the eternal wrap, which involves wrapping around your palm once each time, and coming into that from the split time wrap, and I apologize, from the split time wrap and your eternals, where you don't have to really unwrap your hands, you can just snap and snap and snap and snap. And we talked a lot about sequencing, and great, you can do a bunch of stuff, but make sure you're playing with moves in new ways, in new patterns, where you're not stuck standing still saying, look what I can do, and stopping. We're learning how to integrate, how to play with your own patterns, what feels right for you, and make sure you go outside of your comfort zone. And then there was a lot of other stuff that you guys had individual questions on. You can feel free to email me in the link below. Yes? Am I getting a thumbs up?
Sure.
In the link below. You can email me there. Thanks very much, guys. Have fun.